Hey guys, YakomoFujikawa here. Okay, so before I start, just want to mention that this is probably my fourth or fifth try at trying to record this for a very good reason, and that is because my webcam does this really weird thing where it makes a motorboat type sound. And if you're wondering why, all you see is just an image and just hear my voice, is because the lighting is so bad right now. I'm literally recording this at 5:35 in the morning, and I really wanted to get this out to you guys because, as many of you know, Yu-Gi-Oh! ZEXAL was announced ages ago, and I'm probably the last guy to ever mention anything like this, but as the saying goes, save the best for last, because what everyone has not told you, or what most people haven't told you, is why Yu-Gi-Oh! ZEXAL it's going to be the way it is. Sorry about that. First, let's start. I want to get out of the way that I'm not gonna talk in a lot of detail about Yu-Gi-Oh! ZEXAL. Everyone has already ripped it a new one. There's really no point in saying anything that has already been said by millions and millions and millions of YouTubers. Probably not millions and millions, but you get the point. So all I'm really gonna say is it really doesn't seem like it's going to be for kids. That was everyone's first impression, like, oh, it's children. If anyone has ever watched anime for a very long time, many of you will notice that a lot of the things that were meant for kids, or that look like are for kids, usually are not. A lot of these have really dark undertones, dark themes to them. A lot of the arcs can be really weird. There's a few examples I can name off, but again, I don't want to drag this video for like 10-15 minutes. So I'll just gotta give you two examples. For those of you who never watched anime, this might sound weird to you, so please bear with me. There was this anime a long time ago that came out, really like 2004, 2003. It was called Magical Girl Lyrical something Nanoha. Yes, I saw that. If all of a sudden you're just laughing right now, yes, I'll let that sink in. Moving on, the reason why Nanoha would probably be a very good example is because one of the characters, I think it's Fate, we are shown flashbacks of the time she spent with her mother, and her mother would whip the hell out of her. Literally chain her to a wall and take a whip and beat the crap out of her. Yeah, that's right, a little kid. I'll give you a second. Let that sink in. That is the most important thing that I notice when I see things that are usually for kids. Due to the censoring, by the American media, because television here has to be censored. We're seeing things out of another culture. Japan doesn't really follow the same type of standards. So I'm sorry. Japan doesn't really follow the same type of standards that we do. Japan, they use the word God very loosely. At the same time, very strongly. And here, the word God is very strong. It really can be used that loose, which is why in Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds they changed the Earthbound Gods, the Earthbound Immortals, like Demon to Archfiend, things like that. So that's really all I wanted to say. Everything else that I would say about Yu-Gi-Oh! ZEXAL, including the new summoning mechanic, the Exceed summon, has already been said by millions of other people. Pojo, other people have said it. YouTubers look up anybody, they're all saying the same thing. Here is where it gets interesting. The reason why Yu-Gi-Oh! ZEAL and why the whole Exceed Summon thing was created, one of the biggest reasons is a little bird. In a way, let's put it this way. I've been browsing around Japanese forums, basically just random forums, just Google Japanese forums, Yu-Gi-Oh! ZEAL, and I found a bunch, and I just went with Google Translator. And I found out that one of the biggest reasons why Shonen Jump and Konami decided to make this drastic change, and actually they've been preparing for this change. If anybody has noticed why the cards now look really weird, like they almost look fake, that's one of the speculations a lot of the OCG players have been making, that Exceed Summoning effects are going to be so big that they need bigger boxes to put them in. So we're probably gonna see a lot of cards with long ass effects. Most basically because like half of the effect is the obligatory Exceed Summoning effect that all cards will probably have from this point on. So getting back to this, one of the biggest reasons why this whole thing is happening is because of another anime. Yeah, another anime has just currently started airing. It's its second episode. It's called Cardfight Vanguard. This anime was created by two different people. One of these people was from one of the lead designers, or like art directors from another anime that aired a long time ago. It was called Duel Masters. Never heard of it? I wouldn't blame you. It's sort of dead here. Not a lot of people play Duel Masters here. I've never seen anybody. Sorry, I've never seen people openly play. I've been to like a lot of comic book stores, a lot of places. I've never seen Duel Master booster packs. No, I haven't seen any. And the other person, this is what got Shonen Jump and Konami rattling their, let me start over. The other person working on Cardfight Vanguard is that person is right now what's rattling Shonen Jump and Konami at the same time. And this guy, I forget his name, but he was in the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Project, the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Manga. He was, I think, part of the team that was also in GX, and also the most important one, he was the art director or lead designer. I keep forgetting, but he was a director in the Yu-Gi-Oh! R manga, which nobody's ever heard of. It's that one. If anybody ever has gotten their hands on a Ultra Gorse and gone like, where the hell did this come from? It came from the Yu-Gi-Oh! R manga, Volume 3 to be specific, I think. So these two very important people, because these guys are very important people in the animation industry, got together and said, well, you know what? Why don't we make an anime together? Why don't we make this concept, work on this, and thus they created Cardfight Vanguard based on the already existing card game, I think. So that's how it's, or so they say, that the game was already out before the anime hit. The reason why is Cardfight Vanguard is sort of like the Japanese version of Magic the Gathering, except that it's a lot easier to understand. I actually watched the first 2 episodes, the only 2 episodes currently airing. I dug around and watched the first 2 episodes, and I understood it right at the beginning. It was so easy to understand. I could, and now OCG players in a lot of forums have been speculating that this card game could either rival Yu-Gi-Oh! Or surpass Yu-Gi-Oh! Altogether, putting Yu-Gi-Oh! Leaving Yu-Gi-Oh! Behind, and this is what forced Konami to, or so they say. I'm not really sure. I don't want to sound like a liar, and then people coming back to me and telling me, "Oh, you're such a fucking liar. This didn't happen." These are speculations I found online. Again, you can just go to Google, just look up. If you know any Japanese forums, I don't. feel free to do that. I've been seeing a lot of speculations on these Japanese forums. I just went with Google Translator, so if there's any coincidence and misspellings, then then I mean, it's so horrible translator to use to begin with. But yeah, don't take this as truth. I don't. This is again just speculation. These are a lot of predictions. Because obviously, as soon as something comes up, people start blaming the company. So like, oh, these guys are probably scared. But apparently, this is what's rattling Konami. This is what's rattling Shonen Jump. Shonen Jump are the people who publish and have been serializing the Yu-Gi-Oh manga for 10 years now. More than 10 years actually. The original Yu-Gi-Oh was serialized in 1985. Nerd. So yeah, I don't want to make this video too long, but again, the Exceed summon was brought on because Cardfight Vanguard basically rides on this concept of stacking cards on top of each other. That's basically how you summon monsters. Like you have 6 spaces on the board. You put one card of grade 0. And every turn, you put cards that are higher grade, because your opponent would obviously keep doing the same thing. Every time you attack, both players draw. And if one of them has like a drive trigger, I think it either like heals you or increases your power. If you get hit 6 times, it's game over. And yeah, these rules are very simple. They're very easy to understand. I got the wind of it really fast. It was really easy to understand. I was very amazed about, just how this was presented, because the anime itself is horrible. In my opinion, the anime itself is horrible. I could barely hear music in the background. It was mostly people talking. It was mostly people, just saying, explaining the rules, obviously. And the biggest letdown of this anime was one of the characters just blatantly explains and says, imagine you're in this one planet, you're a spirit in this one planet, and we're fighting. Really? Wait, really? I'll post links for the first and second episode of Cardfight Vanguard on the bottom. Feel free to watch it. If you comment, tell me what you think of it. You can also PM me, leave a channel comment, any way you feel is good for you. And yeah, this is Cardfight Vanguard is really what's apparently it's been influencing Yu-Gi-Oh! ZEXAL to be more geared towards kids, because Cardfight Vanguard is sure as hell geared towards kids. It looks very childish. The first episode was almost a scene by scene rip off of the original Yu-Gi-Oh. Almost. There was a few differences, obviously, but the only thing that I really liked about Cardfight Vanguard, aside from the simplicity of the card battle itself, was the character designs. The characters actually look a little decent, but it still looks like just another card game anime trying to surpass what is now one of the most successful card games in the world, next to Magic the Gathering, of course. And yeah, I'm sorry this took me so long to do. I really didn't have much of a choice. I had to wait till my camera just stopped being a douche. And again, links will be in the bottom. Feel free to watch it on your own. Watch it. Tell me what you think of it. If you're not that much of an anime fan, if just play for the cards. And still, even if you're not that big of an anime fan, I would suggest you watch it and still tell me what you think of it. I want to get as many reactions out of this, because I was just asking questions the entire time, like, why did they do this? Why did they do that? But then again, the original Yu-Gi-Oh was like that. Still, these are my thoughts on Yu-Gi-Oh! ZEAL. Yu-Gi-Oh! ZEAL was probably not going to be as child-friendly as people are speculating. It's certainly not going to be very, how can I say it? Yeah, it's not going to be very, like, lighthearted, very upbeat. It's probably going to be, like, a little light, and then it's going to get dark. It's going to go back and all that. Sort of like what they did to us on, oh, my language is just off today. Sort of what happened in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Season 4. If no one really saw that, because it never aired in the United States. Season 4 is where Jaden turns a little darker, becomes more serious, isn't as happy-go-lucky as he was 3 seasons ago, and becomes a more interesting character altogether. That possibly could happen, since when a lot of people saw GX, the same thing happened. People were thinking, oh, this is going to be for kids now. When we saw 5Ds, we were like, oh, crap. Now we have these white cards. And now we have Yu-Gi-Oh! ZEAL, and we're complaining about this Exceed Summit and how this is going to be for kids. This is a ritual that happens every new Yu-Gi-Oh! Season or series. People complain about the biggest things, the smallest things, overall the things that the franchise is trying to bring into the table. And it happens. It happens every single time. I remember seeing a lot of people complain about synchros back when they were first coming out. I remember people complaining about Elemental Heroes when they were just coming out. I remember a lot of the things people were complaining about when 5Ds also came out, like the motorcycles, and people still can't get past that. The riding duels, but people can't. So Yu-Gi-Oh! ZEAL really is no different. It really isn't. And all we really have to do is just sit and wait, see what happens, see whether it delivers. Who knows? It might actually be turn out to be a good story. So these are my thoughts on Yu-Gi-Oh! ZEAL. And again, now you know one of the biggest speculations around the internet right now is Cardfight Vanguard. So, again, feel free to Google it. Just what I did was literally just type in Japanese forums, Yu-Gi-Oh! ZEAL, and I just started messing around with the settings. I just did random stuff. I don't even remember, because right now it's almost 6 a.m. I'm in a bit of a daze right now. I'm tired as hell. I really just want to upload this for you guys. So again, watch. If you want Cardfight Vanguard, this is the third time I've suggested this. I apologize. And feel free to tell me how you feel about it, whether or not you think it'll live up to Yu-Gi-Oh, whether or not it's just gonna be another anime that will forever live in the shadow of one of the greatest card games that people have ever played. Because let's face it, as much as you love or hate Yu-Gi-Oh, it's pretty up there. It does read quite a bit. So that's about it. Sorry for the long ass video. It's almost 20 minutes long. And again, feel free to comment, PM me, leave a channel comment. Tell me what you think about this new card game, Cardfight Vanguard. Tell me what you think about Yu-Gi-Oh! ZEAL. You think it'll be good? You think it'll be bad? Just tell me your opinions. I'll try to post a binder update, because I traded the hell out of my binder when I went to locals this Saturday. I got myself into Grenadian Monsters, and so yeah. This is YakomoFujikawa, guys. Signing out. Later, I'll try to post a binder video when it gets brighter, because right now it's dark as hell.